Hey guys, how's it going? Spinosaurus the King here, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 2 theories and what could possibly happen. I won't be alone in this video, I'll be joined by a very special guest. Go ahead, bro. Introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? It's David Church. Hope you're all doing well and good, and happy to be a part of another video.
For sure. So overall, Season 1, before we get into the theories for Season 1, we'll quickly talk about Season 1. So Season 1, I think it had some really cool scenes, but at the same time, I feel I am pretty disappointed because, not only just because we didn't see Dilophosaurus, Suchomimus, and Allosaurus, but why would they tease, Baryonyx and Ceratosaurus when they don't appear? That's pretty disappointing, you know?
I agree. I mean,
yeah,
let's look at the Mattel toys. They tease 3 Baryonyxes, Grim, Limbo, and Chaos, but they don't appear in the show whatsoever. Or at least
this is funny. This is a good callback to Fallen Kingdom because Fallen Kingdom showed a a Suchomimus toy and a couple other toys that didn't appear in the movie too, which sucked, you know?
You know, come to think of it, all the Jurassic Park toy lines have actually had dinosaur and creature figures that they made as toys, but they didn't appear in the movie. And that actually dates all the way back to the first Jurassic Park in 1993.
That's true. But I was almost convinced we were gonna see, Ceratosaurus and Barry. I was thinking we were guaranteed gonna see. Anyways, yes. So we didn't get this. And on top of that, what's the biggest disappointment? We got no dinosaur battles, not even one. I get it's a kids show, but they could have done a way to maybe censor it out or something, or show it to kill whoever wins kind of off screen or something.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have a problem with showing humans dying off screen, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess showing dinosaurs die, there would be blood, unless they did it in a way where either they don't fight to the death, or when they fight to the death, when the dinosaur wins, they show the kill off screen. They just show a few scratches on the dinosaur instead of blood coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's too bad that the Carnotaurus got the cut on his face from not a fight. He got it from the cage smashing on his face. But I was hoping that he would have got that from one of the Baryonyxes. That would have been much better.
Yeah, because when I saw that Toro got his scar from the feeding hatch, I'll admit that was a bit of a disappointment.
For sure. However, the Carnotaurus scene underground is kind of a callback to Fallen Kingdom when the Barry was underground, but this time it was Carno. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty badass.
I liked it too.
Yeah. I feel bad for Toro too. I mean, when he exploded and I was thinking, no, Toro's dead. Colin, what are you doing, man? But then he survived. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, I was like, he's dead, and it was like, oh wait, never mind.
Well, I mean, would you want to see Toro die? I wouldn't, after we saw the Carnotaurus die in Fallen Kingdom by T-Rex.
True. I remember how Clayton Fioriti once speculated that Toro may be one of the Carnotauruses we see in Fallen Kingdom.
I mean, possibly, but I don't think it would be the Carnotaurus that we saw got killed by Rexy, because that Carnotaurus didn't have a scar on its face.
Definitely not that one.
But I think it might have been the one that we saw share a meal with Rexy at the end of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that could have been the Carno we saw.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. But anyways, I am satisfied with the Carnotaurus screen time. I think it had plenty of screen time. I loved it. I just wish we got to see some dinosaur battles with the Carnotaurus again.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, and then of course the characters. I liked all the characters except for Brooklyn and what's his name, Kenji, because I felt like they were kind of jerks. If you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All they cared about is themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I did like the camp counselors, like Dave and whatever. What was the girl's name? The girl counselor? What?
Roxy was her name.
Or Roxy? I think they were nice. No, they were cool and fun.
Or speaking of other dinosaurs, I wasn't expecting Compsognathus in the series.
Neither was I. That was great to see them again. Finally see them attack someone again. So many years later.
Oh yeah.
They're lucky the Carnotaurus came there. If it weren't for the Carnotaurus, they probably would have been killed by the compies.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But that kind of reminds me of another small disappointment.
What's your other disappointment?
Well, they seemed to really build up that the Raptor Squad was going to play a big part in the series, but they were only in the first 2 episodes.
I guess. I mean, that wasn't a huge disappointment to me, just because, I'm not really the big fan of those Raptors, and not seeing Rexy very much was not a disappointment to me. The disappointment I had is they focused on Indominus-Rex. I really wish that Indominus-Rex had a little less screen time, and they showed like Barry and Ceratosaurus, and maybe even Owl and Sugo.
And I'll admit too, I would have expected more screen time from Toro.
Yeah, I think Toro could have maybe used a little bit more screen time. Like perhaps if he had like 1 to 2 dinosaur battles on top of the screen time he had, that'd probably be enough then, right?
Like, not to mention that it seemed like they were trying to show Toro was like the main dinosaur antagonist.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you rather Toro than the T-Rex or Indominus-Rex since he's underrated?
Yeah, and besides, Rexy was in her paddock during most of the events of Jurassic World, so I guess I could see.
Yeah, that makes sense why we didn't see Rexy. For sure. But anyways, for season 2, I think the main plot for season 2 is those camp counselors are gonna head back on their own boat or something to go search for the teenagers and bring them back. Mm-hmm. And maybe while they get there, when they get back there, their boat somehow gets lost and they all can strand on the island, or I don't know, something like that possibly.
That could work.
And while they're on Isla Nublar, we can see some good callbacks. They can come across Dennis Nedry's skeleton in the truck, the Jeep, and the broken Jurassic Park Jeep from Rexy in the first movie, the old visitor center. Like, if we see that could be really cool,
I honestly predict an appearance from Rexy in season 2.
Say again?
I predict an appearance from Rexy in season 2.
Yeah, that could be cool for sure.
Because now that she's out of her paddock, wouldn't it be cool if they actually saw her roaring on top of the helipad, like at the end of Jurassic World?
Yeah, that would be cool. Maybe they're watching that from a distance.
Yep. Like they hear the roar, and they're like, oh crap, it's a T-Rex.
I feel like season 2 is going to kind of feel like Jurassic World Survival if it is season 1 all over again, but with different characters. And a different plot. Because they're probably going to see the same dinosaurs that we showed, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Because those were all dinosaurs on Nublar. And wouldn't it be cool if we got to see Parasaurolophus in season 2?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I want to see the Allosaurus, that's for sure. Season 2, I'm really hoping for Baryonyx, Allosaurus, and Ceratosaurus. Actually, Dilophosaurus too.
I'm also hoping that we can see other dinosaurs like the Metriacanthosaurus and Indominus-Rex, because we know that those were on the island during the events of the Jurassic World movie.
Exactly, true, and maybe possibly even a Deinonychus, and maybe Camp Cretaceous season 2 explains how some of these dinosaurs go extinct. That could be cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we don't know how exactly they went extinct.
I do believe the Dinosaur Protection Group said some were hunted to extinction and then some starved, like the case of the Indominus-Rex and the Metriacanthosaurus.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, we kind of show... this is not confirmed, but I guess you can say the Metriacanthosaurus went extinct from the Carnotaurus killing it.
Yeah, exactly.
From season 1?
It was outcompeted and therefore driven to extinction.
That's true. And the Carnotaurus that we show, perhaps that's the Carnotaurus that Rexy kills. What do you think? That could be good. That could be cool.
Maybe.
Because that's definitely not Toro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna since we created the series, we can just say that's the one from Fallen Kingdom that Rexy kills. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be more than one Carnotaurus on Isla Nublar, so...
Well, that was already confirmed.
True.
Exactly. But yeah, no, maybe when they go back to the island to save them, something happens and they become stuck there for a while, and then throughout the whole season 1, they're just trying to survive on Nublar, because I don't see Isla Sorna being involved with the next movie, because what kind of role could it play, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, with season 2.
Speaking of other season 2 predictions, remember how Ben fell out of the monorail and they lost Bumpy?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be some kind of betrayal plot involved, with Ben being upset that they abandoned him,
Yeah, that could be cool. Maybe Ben turns evil or something. That's actually a good theory. But yeah, no, it's a disappointment with the dinosaur fights, because we didn't really see any dinosaur fights, but they showed the Indominus-Rex eating people. And also, one of my biggest complaint with Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous is when they show the Indominus-Rex killing Brachiosaurus. That's impossible. There's no way a 12-ton carnivore is going to kill an 86-ton herbivore. It's literally impossible,
Right, unless the Brachiosaur was a juvenile.
Yeah, so I heard that's a rumor. A few people were saying they look close to that Brachiosaurus, and it looked really small, smaller than even an Apatosaurus, because it actually did.
Yeah, it did kind of.
I think that was a juvenile Brachiosaurus, even smaller than the Apatosaurus. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because like, remember, it looked small. It wasn't even big. Brachiosaurus, when fully grown, would be taller than those trees, and that Brachiosaurus was like way below the trees.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was Indominus-Rex took it down like 1 second. It had to have been a juvenile. We all know who would win though if the Brachiosaurus was fully grown.
Oh, definitely. I mean, when a Brachiosaurus is fully grown, it has no predators.
Exactly. No predators can kill it when it's fully grown.
Exactly.
So okay, so now I guess that makes me less mad because it was a juvenile Brachiosaurus. However, I do agree with you on one thing that you said. I would have liked to seen an expansion with the Carnotaurus communicating with the Indominus-Rex, because that scene lasted for like what, 5 seconds?
Yeah, not to mention that Indominus-Rex has Carnotaurus DNA, so
it must have been able to communicate.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what else I would have liked to see in Camp Cretaceous? That girl maybe going into the information of that skeleton of the Spinosaurus. That would have been cool. But unfortunately, Dr. Wu came in and she couldn't get access to the computer. Like, what if we'd have revealed the Jurassic 3 Spinosaurus secrets or something?
Yeah, when I saw the Spinosaurus skeleton in Dr. Wu's lab, I was wondering if it meant that there was any Spinosaurus DNA in the Indominus.
Yeah, that was definitely a theory, but I personally don't think there would be, just because the Indominus-Rex didn't have a spine.
True.
But it still was kind of a cool theory to think about for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if it's got the base genome of the T-Rex, size genome from Giganotosaurus, horns of the Carnotaurus, arms of the Therizinosaurus, the intelligence of the raptor, then who knows what other aspects could be into it,
However, I'm gonna be honest. So I feel like it kind of sucks that what our situation is, because I'm gonna be honest. I feel like between me, you, Patrik, and Brandon, we're actually quite a bit better than what Cauan is from what we've created. Because think about it, we show really cool. We don't just show dinosaurs running everywhere. We actually show a really good plot. We've created really good, likable characters. And it's not about a bunch of kids. We show epic dinosaur fights that don't last for 10 seconds. And on top of that, we show underrated dinosaurs and new dinosaurs. I don't see Cauan doing much of that.
True.
Yeah. But unfortunately, Cauan is the one who's doing it. Unfortunately, it kind of sucks. Because I feel like he only cares about money, just because if he didn't, he probably would have listened to the fans more and made it better. But unfortunately, I think Jurassic Park nowadays only cares about money, unfortunately.
Well, not to mention, too, that the Jurassic Park movies are Hollywood movies, and in the Hollywood system, no matter how much the director wants things to go, it's the studio that has the final say in what goes in the movie.
Oh, which studio, though? The studio... I'm confused.
Oh. In Jurassic Park's case, Universal...
Universal Pictures?
Yeah, in the Hollywood system in movies, the studios and the
because I thought it would be Cauan
or
or Steven Spielberg's decision on what appears and what doesn't appear. Well, maybe Universal Pictures is the one who does the final cuts.
They also get the final say in a lot of things too, so...
Well, I guess Universal Pictures is to blame then.
Yeah, I mean, if Universal Pictures doesn't want any obscure dinosaurs and stuff, then they've got to do what they say. Otherwise, you could get fired, or they could cancel your project, stuff like that.
So I guess Universal Pictures are the ones who were, you don't really care about the fans. That's point proven right there, man. So Cauan, if that's true, man, if you're watching this video, Cauan, and that's the truth, you actually want to show kind of like what we showed, but Universal Pictures said no, then I'm sorry for criticizing you. Damn, I feel kind of bad now.
Well, but unfortunately, bro, that is kind of the truth of the Hollywood system, because unless you're like Steven Spielberg, you gotta do what the Hollywood
does Steven Spielberg have the final say when he did the movies in the past?
Well, I think he did in a way, because if you're someone like Steven Spielberg, you're very famous, and Hollywood trusts you in what you can do,
Yeah, that's true, I guess. So And well, I feel like Steven Spielberg didn't have the final say in this one because he's kind of a producer. I think it was this time it's Universal Pictures. But yeah, no, Universal Pictures. I'm not sure why you're doing this because we fans want to see underrated and new dinosaurs, and we're hoping and like hopefully season 2 will make up for what we didn't see in season 1. Like more underrated dinosaurs, more new dinosaurs, more dinosaur fights, a unique plot. Like what do you have any ideas of what the unique plot could be? Like other than the camp counselors coming back to rescue them. What else could happen for a plot?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, maybe there's some kind of anger and betrayal plot with Ben because of how he's separated from the group, and maybe
they didn't come back for him.
They're doing everything without him.
Yeah, maybe Ben tries to sneak up and try to fight them or something. That could be that's actually not a bad idea. Maybe that could be the plot. Ben betraying the humans, and on top of that, the campers come back to try to find them.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe they come across old Jurassic Park stuff. That could actually be. If this actually turns out to be true and we get all those things, I think this could be a really good plot. And season 2 would definitely be more enjoyable than season 1. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah. Not to mention that because they have to be in the south, that they're in the south part of the island with a ferry landing, they're gonna head up north anyway. So.
But one of the favorite things I liked about Camp Cretaceous is they explained why the Carnotaurus didn't appear because it's way too aggressive in Jurassic World.
Right.
That was really cool.
I like that too.
I'm gonna be honest. Camp Cretaceous did a good job on feeling canon. The only part that didn't do a good job on feeling canon was the part when the Indominus-Rex broke into the cage. I want to know why, because think about it. The Indominus-Rex was right beside them right before it broke into the cage, but then when you go to Jurassic World, there is no sign of any car beside them, so that did not feel canon at all.
Right, and where were the Dimorphodons?
Yeah, exactly. Where were the Dimorphodons, and why didn't we see the Camp Cretaceous truck right beside the Indominus-Rex in Jurassic World, but we saw it in Camp Cretaceous? Like, that didn't feel canon at all. Like, maybe you know what it made it feel canon if we actually saw the Indominus if the teenagers were like from a distance, like a far distance, and they see from a distance the Indominus-Rex breaking open the cage. Don't you think that would have made it feel more canon?
Right.
And of course, if the Dimorphodons there, then it would have felt 100% canon.
Yeah, that is a question. Like, why didn't they have the Dimorphodons?
True. But I will admit the Ankylosaurus death scene, other than its head still being not ripped off, other than that, it felt super canon.
And the fact that you see the broken gyrosphere too.
Yeah, that must I guess maybe a little while after, like maybe a half hour later, that they discovered that. The Camp Cretaceous people. Also, some people are probably disappointed that we didn't see Owen and Claire. I actually wasn't, just because I'm not too fond of those characters. I don't hate them, but I'm not too fond of them,
I honestly was surprised that... I kind of was a bit surprised that we didn't see Owen at least, because we know that the Raptor squad was there.
Yeah, that's true.
But also...
Well, the reason why I'm not super fond of them is because, I think Claire... I don't like Claire's character. I think she's really rude and mean in both films. And on top of that, Owen Grady, I do like his character, but I think the actor is more fit for a Marvel movie rather than a dinosaur movie.
But also, I was more surprised to see that Dr. Wu was in the series, so that was a thing.
Is it just me, or did someone else voice Dr. Wu? It didn't sound like BD Wong, or is it just me?
Someone else did voice him.
Wait, what? Why? That's a disappointment.
It is, but maybe just because it's a TV show, they probably didn't have the budget to actually hire BD Wong, so...
That sucks. And on top of that, that didn't fully look like Dr. Wu. Like, that character looked a little bit too thin and too tall to be Dr. Wu, because Dr. Wu was a little bit chubbier and a bit shorter. Mm-hmm. Is it just me, or do you think they could have done a better job with Dr. Wu?
I don't know, I mean...
Just to make it feel more realistic, like, they could have done a better job making the character look more like Dr. Wu, and of course showed BD Wong voicing him.
Yeah, that's for sure.
However, I like the part when, what's his name? When Darius mentioned Alan Grant and the dig site thing on his computer. That was freaking awesome. That was cool.
Yeah, and also, I think in the same episode, you actually hear him mention Dr. Sattler.
Yeah, Dr. Sattler was mentioned too. That's really cool.
I didn't expect that coming from that series, so...
Now, I wonder in what way the Mosasaurus can be involved. Like, what are they going to do? Copy our thing, and they go down to the tank to see if it's still alive, and it jumps out. Like, if they do that, they're so copying us. Because that's what we did, remember?
Oh yeah.
imagine, like, you know, if they get stranded on that island for a couple months, they're gonna end up coming across our characters. Imagine.
Oh boy.
That would actually be really funny, like a crossover.
Oh man, you should send that into Universal.
Yeah, like, is there actually a way to contact Universal Pictures? Because like I've tried looking online, it doesn't show like an actual way.
I'm sure there's a contact form somewhere if you look online.
I'll have to look harder. I mean, I've tried messaging them on, you know, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, but none. Of course, they're not going to answer there.
Ah, I see.
However, I might be able to find a way to contact them because like, if they actually like season 1 and they want to link it up with Camp Cretaceous, I'd definitely say yes. Wouldn't you agree?
That'd be kind of cool, yeah.
Especially because they would probably hopefully share some of the budget with us since they're stealing our idea. Well, not stealing, they're using our idea. They would only be fair to pay us some of the profit they make off this,
right,
the cartoon series, right? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna try my best to find a way to contact them before season 2 is released, because, you know, this could be really cool. A crossover.
Oh, good.
Where the kids meet Jack, David, Justin, Grant, and all that. That would actually be really cool. Mm-hmm. Or maybe what they do is, since season 1 of our series wouldn't feel canon, they talk to them. Maybe what they could do is they see our characters from a distance and they kind of think they don't trust our characters and they stay away from us. That would probably feel more canon.
That's true.
Just because in our season 1 we didn't show our characters talking to any kids.
That's true.
You know, it'd be cool. What if in the distance they see the Allosaurus fighting Suchomimus with our characters like hiding away from it?
Oh wow!
how awesome would that be?
Very.
For sure. And then and same thing with the Mosasaurus. They see us by the tank from a distance, and then they see the Mosasaurus try to eat us.
Dude,
but at the same time, I guess our series wouldn't be able to properly link up unless they are stranded on the island for a couple of months, because like I said, we're there 2 months later and they're there like, you know, a day later.
Right.
So it depends on how long they're on the island for. I'm guessing they're only gonna be on the island for like a week and then they're gonna be rescued.
I'd say less than a few months, so.
Yeah, for sure. I think at the longest they'll be there is not even a month, to be honest. Or maybe 8, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, Eric was there for 8 weeks. Say again?
Less than a month they should be on there, but I don't know.
I have a prediction of less than a month too, maybe 2 weeks.
Well,
I think roughly around that.
Let's just hope that when season 2 does come out, they'll tell us.
Yeah, for sure. And I just hope they can improve with season 2 compared to season 1. However, the next Jurassic film we'll be getting is not going to be Camp Cretaceous. It's going to be Dominion first, because Dominion comes out before season 2. Hopefully in season 2 they might be able to incorporate Manticore in a way, or maybe Sammy explains more about that company.
Yeah, I mean with Manticore.
And at least with, you know, Camp Cretaceous season 1, they explain why we didn't see the Brachiosaurus, Sinoceratops, and Carnotaurus in season 1, because the Brachiosaurus and Sinoceratops were in the Camp Cretaceous location and not in the Jurassic World paddocks.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Carnotaurus, of course, was separated from Jurassic World because it's way too aggressive.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, the Carnotaurus is probably the most aggressive carnivore out there. Like, I feel like the Carnotaurus is just as aggressive, if not more, than the Indominus-Rex is, because it acts really aggressive. Like, it doesn't. I highly doubt it hunts for fun, but I feel like it just acts really aggressive.
Well, that makes sense.
But that just makes it more badass, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I saw a Carnotaurus, I would be really, really scared. Probably more scared than a T-Rex because of how fast it is.
True. Good point.
That didn't feel canon though. Like, how did they outrun the Carnotaurus for that long? Like, do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think in real life that's possible? I don't think so.
No, I mean, in all things considered, I think the Carnotaurus in real life was a lot more slender than Toro.
And on top of that, it's really fast. Like I say, well, like Fallen Kingdom felt more canon when they showed the Carnotaurus because they didn't show the humans outrunning it, because there's no way, no one on this planet can outrun a Carnotaurus. It's literally impossible, no matter how fast you are.
True.
Because the Carnotaurus was like the 5th or top 5 of the fastest carnivores, wasn't it? Like, it was really fast. Like, outrunning a T-Rex is probably possible if you run really fast, but Allosaurus or Carnotaurus, I think it's impossible.
True.
However, me personally, I might be able to outrun a T-Rex for a little while, but I'm not sure how long I would last, because T-Rex is kind of fast. It's just not as fast as other dinosaurs, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean.
But in Jurassic Park 3, thank God for that little gate. Otherwise, the Spinosaurus would have eaten Eric Kirby and Alan Grant.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember how close it was to getting them?
Yep.
If it weren't for that gate, our favorite character would have been dead. That would have been sad.
No doubt.
For sure.
Well, anyway, is there anything else you want to say about Season 2 predictions of Camp Cretaceous?
Oh, did we talk about Suchomimus and Metriacanthosaurus? I think we mentioned that we want to see them in the next season.
Yeah, we did mention them.
Yeah, basically, guys, all the dinosaurs that me and David want to see in the next season is the Baryonyx squad, the Ceratosaurus, and all the dinosaurs that we showed in Season 1 of Survival of the Fittest. Wouldn't you agree, David?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
That would be. Anyways, guys, tell us, what are your thoughts on Camp Cretaceous Season 1? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you think they could have done better? Which series do you prefer, Camp Cretaceous Season 1 or Survival of the Fittest Season 1? Me and David, in a way, prefer Season 1 and Survival of the Fittest just because of, you know... I think our characters are more cool because they're connected to the actual real-life characters. They're adults. We show better dinosaur fights. Like, wouldn't you agree on that at least, David?
Yeah, I do, but at the same time, I myself really did like Camp Cretaceous, so it's hard to choose ultimately.
I feel it. I mean, I liked Camp Cretaceous, but I just think they could have done better with the scenes. But I'm not gonna lie, they did a great job making it feel canon, except for that one scene with the Indominus-Rex breaking in. Like, if you literally watch Jurassic World, you literally see right beside the Indominus-Rex on both sides, and there was no car with kids there.
True.
So if I was the one making Camp Cretaceous, I would have showed them seeing the Indominus-Rex from a distance, like a far distance. And I would have showed the Dimorphodons. Anyways, guys, leave your opinions on Camp Cretaceous Season 1. And, of course, what do you want to see in Camp Cretaceous Season 2? In the comments down below. Before I end this video, I'd like to thank my YouTube team, Patrik, Cauan, my 2D animator, David Church, my director, BK Go Crazy, my Spino buddy, Zane Chiller, my first friend of Jurassic Park community on Instagram, Anthony Ellis, my drawer, Rafley Sarager, my comedian, and Sarthak Sharma, my best friend in real life. Also, one last thing, if you're interested in Spinosaurus the King merchandise and other offers I'm selling, here is what I'm currently selling on my Patreon. A t-shirt with one logo of my merchandise is $40, and with 2 pictures it's $50. A 5-minute YouTube discussion video a day on your choice is $15 a month. 2 deleted scenes a month of previous animations is $10 a month. A cameo of your very own character getting eaten by a dinosaur of your choice and upcoming animations is $5 a month. And cheapest is $1 a month donation to support my content here on YouTube. If you're interested in buying any from me, the link to my Patreon will be in the description. All people who join my Patreon will receive a shout out at the end of every video I upload. Last one is custom Photoshop pictures that I make for either your thumbnails on YouTube or just for pictures you would like to use. I charge $5 per every picture. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you're alerted for my next video on YouTube. Leave a like, post a positive comment, rate and share my YouTube channel with all your friends and family. And please do the exact same for my YouTube team, and have a great day, everyone.